Got Dunedin people at the back, have we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Aucklanders at the front. So there we are. From one end of the country to the other. Welcome aboard the shuttle bug as we go around the lower garden. That's the flat part. 1.5 times we go round.
Smile.
Well, the day's changing as it was predicted, but anyway, it's not too bad at the moment. So past the lions here, looking after the glass house. The glass house has tropical plants in the first part and cacti and succulents in this part here. And I gather there's some out of flower. I haven't been in myself. I've heard some out of flower now. I go in there on a cold day, it's good. On our right we've got a lot of bees on that plant, but it's actually called catmint because the cats like it. But we don't get too many cats in here, which is good, because we like the birds. So this straight heads towards North East Valley. That's where the oil main road came down on the north, but not now. This big tree on the left is a giant redwood, so it's a giant. That's what it's called, a giant redwood from America. It's about 150 years old, but they live to about 3,000 years old, so it's just a young one. These are paperbark maples here on the right. A lily of the belly bush there. Coming up to rhododendrons in flower. It's that time of the year and they're looking good. These lower ones, the pink ones, are called City of Dunedin. And that's why they're placed here at the entrance with the red ones above. Past the garden counter around to the long flower bed or herbaceous border. Some yellow alstom areas there. Cardoon, that's the light coloured leaf, big leaf plant. Granny's bonnets. Just a big mixture of plants that grow well here. Some nice poppies there, red poppies. And behind rhododendrons, looking good. There are more rhododendrons in the upper garden, which can be approached from the upper car park. If you like azaleas and rhododendrons, the azaleas are still on flower, but they're over the best. So there's Peter Pan across the lawn there. He's been standing there for over 50 years. Doesn't seem to have aged a bit. Which is good, and the fairy on his shoulder, of course. So, past the picnic is the bandstand. That's used on Sundays during the summer months for local bands to perform. There's a program of local bands, brass bands, jazz bands, so on, that perform on Sunday afternoon. And that starts around about Christmas time.
Throwing dustbin, look, he's over there.
Yeah, you can get free duck food at the information centre. There's actually not a lot of ducks around at the moment. There's Lots of pigeons though, some of the tree there. Another statue from Peter Pan, that's Wendy and the children, plus the dog, and then the big silver worm. This is a garden, so we have worms. But the children play on that one. This is a native area, 3 little large-wood trees beside us, and we go under a totara tree. And lots of other natives. On our left, Lindsay Creek meets the Leith stream just down there. On our right, a large tree, that is a radiata pine, about 150 years old. The garden is 157 years old. Normally the radiata pine are cut down by the time they're about 30 years old for the timber. Coming around to a little water garden or pond, surrounded by cabbage trees and other trees. So plants that like wet conditions, growing on the bank or right in the water. And the cabbage trees have got quite good flowers on this year, so that is apparently a sign of a hot summer coming up. There are goldfish in there. I see one on the other side, but they're up quite a lot. On our right, a sunken herb garden. We're going to be turning right up the avenue of big trees, which are European green flowers are hellebores. And all these shrubs are camellia bushes. They've finished flowering, most of them. They're Chatham forget-me-nots, the blue ones. Coming up to the tree with a nose here on our left, that's what I think anyway. Going down our very own tunnel here at Dunedin Botanic Garden. The rose tunnel, and on the right are the old-fashioned roses, some already out in flower. On the left the modern roses. Of spots of colour there, but they're not as far on as the old roses. Another week or two, they'll be colouring up. The glass house is over 100 years old, and it's just had not long had a big overhaul, ready for many more years. On our left, some Japanese maples. On our right, some bamboo. That's the summer house. So the regional garden wasn't right here, it was closer to the centre of the city, and it was flooded out only 4 years after it started. And they managed to save some plants, and that oak tree in front of the children's playground was one of the plants that they saved, but it was a little bit smaller then, about 150 years ago. Some nice orange tulips there at the entrance. On our left, the red beech, just losing some of its leaves, but it's an evergreen, so we'll always hold on to most of them. On our left, two coming up to the coloured borders. The second one is a white theme, next one red. Each plot is a different colour theme. And then beyond that, the windy hedge, which is a knot garden. A bit like a maze, but it's a design in the hedge, and it's a copy of one at Shakespeare's house in England. Shakespearean themed garden actually. And the fountain was donated by a Dunedin businessman long ago. Over the bridge ahead, past the seagulls, is the rock garden. It's on the other side of Lindsay Creek, which comes down from Mount Cargill behind us, down North East Valley, and meets Lindsay Creek as I showed you. Meet Leith Stream. So you see views of the rock garden there on the other side of Lindsay Creek. No questions?
No, good.
Just enjoying the quietness. And sit down as you go round, that's fine. So the fish there, this was used to breed trout very early on for the Acclimatisation Society. Alright, back to the worm and our little station board. This shuttle, like the train, is run by a charitable group with profits going to help needy children in the Dunedin area, so thank you for coming along.
Thanks.